Hello, welcome to one of my favorite updates in my project panning videos. This is my Panthose Eyeshadows update, and yeah, let's hop right into it. I am focusing on 6 shades at a time. I have regular shades and backup shades, which I will explain throughout the video, and my goal is to use the shadow either 30 times or hit pan on it. The shadow that has been in here the longest is in my Dancing in the Sky palette from Gloss Gods Cosmetics. And in here I am currently working on this shade here called Aurora, and I did use this one 7 more times since the last month for a total of 16 times now. And this, honestly, I thought with 16 times of me using this one I already would have pan in it, but I don't. I feel like I'm still quite far away, in my opinion. Yes, so this is staying. It's super lovely to use though. I really enjoy these. Mostly on top of other shimmers, because otherwise I do experience creasing, but on top of other shades I absolutely love them. So this is this shade. And the second shadow I was working on is one of my deep potted shadows from Colourpop Cosmetics from their Semi-Precious palette. And I only needed to use this one 4 more times for a total of 30 uses, and that's what I did. So I am rolling this one out today because I reached my 30 time usage goal with this one. This was absolutely lovely. I know you can see actually how ordered this one is, but it still performs super nicely, and I really do enjoy. I in general enjoy these colors that are super shimmery metallic but not sparkly, and yeah, that's one of these shades, so this is the one I'm rolling out today. Next up is my Tiny Marvels palette from Sydney Grace, and in here I'm working on this shade called Flutterby, or like this shade here. And I only used this 2 more times for a total of 19 times, so this is obviously staying. When I started using this was untouched by me, or maybe swatched by me. And yeah, initially my goal was to roll this out this update and to focus on this one, but yeah, I didn't, because I have all those round tones in my Project Level Up palette, and I did focus on that one. Anyway, I have 19 uses on this now, so this is staying. And I always say that because, wait, I think sometimes you can very badly see my swatches. I am going to insert a picture of my old color story and my new one within this video. So if you think like you cannot see the swatches very nicely, then wait for the pictures. I also do have the Solmane 2 palette from Odin's Eye in here. And with this palette, I am focusing on Dream, this matte lilac shade. I did use it 5 times the last month for a total of 10 times now. So again, this is staying. And this is also super lovely to use. It's very blendable, and I love that it's that light with my light skin tone. Next up is my Novena palette from ABH, and with Love, which was the shade I'm focusing on out of here, it's the same as with the shade Flutterby from the Tiny Marvels palette, that I did not focus on this one because, again, my Project Level Up palette, and that's why I also only used this one 2 times for a total of 6 times. So yeah, very little usage on this one. Plus this one and the Tiny Marvels one I'm not using in combination with each other in one look. So so they tend to get less usage anyway. So that's the shade right here. And the last shadow out of my regular shadows that I was working on throughout the last month is in my Trendy in Tokyo palette from BH Cosmetics. And it's this shade right here. I think it's called Ginza. I did use it 5 times the last month for a total of 8 times. So obviously this is staying as well. And this is a very bright and colorful shadow, but also very blendable, and also you can build it up. So you can start very sheer even, and that's what I enjoy about such a bright shadow. So I can tone it down a little bit. So this has been my color story the last month, and I obviously, as I promised, am inserting a picture right now where you can see it in a different light. And yeah, I enjoyed this color story. But again, my Project Level Up palette and those two warm toned matte shadows in this color story kind of deterred me from using those warm toned mattes in this project. Anyway, I am happy that I did roll out one shade, but I already thought I would because I only needed to use this one 4 more times. So because I knew that I only needed to use this one 4 more times, I did already roll in a backup shade. Normally I almost every time roll in a backup shade for me to already start using it. And that's the shade I'm going to show you now. My backup shade this time around comes from my Orange You Glad palette from Colourpop. And it is this shade right here, Rise and Grind. And this is rolling into my regular color story now. I did not use it. Normally, I am quite good with my backup shadows and me using them already, at least a handful of times. But yeah, this was just, again, I focused so much on my Project Level Up palette, how often can I say it? And yeah, I just neglected this project, so this is rolling in now with 0 uses into my regular color story. And this makes this color story very interesting. I don't know, I'm a little bit better at swatching this time around. But this is it. That's this shade. And I think now this color story doesn't go together anymore. But anyway, this is my new color story for me to work on throughout the next month. And yeah, I am again rolling in a backup shade because I just love rolling in new shades. Let's talk about it. The closest of hitting my goal are the first two. The second one from the Tiny Marvels palette, I only need to use 11 more times, which I think is doable. And the one from Gloss Gods Cosmetics, I would need to use 14 more times, but I still am hoping that I'm going to hit 10 on this one. So anyway, I am rolling in another backup shade for this Tiny Marvels palette, the Flutterby shadow, so the second one. Yeah, because I think this will be the one that I'm going to hit my goal on until the next update. And if I'm rolling in one backup shade, I'm always rolling in that one with the Wheel of Names. At least I'm rolling in the palette with the Wheel of Names. I'm going to show you the palette, and then we're gonna draw in this video which shade I'm going to focus on. This is how this palette currently looks like. I do have some leafy shadows in here, some Cleonard Cosmetics one. This is a Colourpop shadow. This is a Glam Shop Poland one, and this one also a Glam Shop Poland one. So yeah, this is how the palette looks like. I'm going to count like in 3 rows, like here, here, and then these 4 on the bottom. And so I have 12 shades in here, and let's roll the shade I'm going to focus on. Oh, and if I'm rolling the lilac matte, I'm not going to roll this in because it's going to be too similar to my one from here from the Orange Eye palette. So I do have the numbers from 1 to 12 written down on paper here, and I'm just going to choose one paper. I'm going to choose this one. It's the 9th shadow. So let's look what shadow this one is. Okay, I told you I'm going to count like this. So this is 4, 8, and then this one is the 9th shadow. This is the one that I'm rolling in, and I'm happy about it. I think this will work very nicely with my warm tones in my current color story. And this one is a glitter multichrome from Clear Cosmetics in the shade Blaze. And obviously I'm going to swatch this one. It's very, very soft to the touch. So hold on. I am going to go over that one again. It's very soft. But yes, I'm excited to roll this in. So that's this shadow. I hope you can see it very nicely. And this will work with my color story, I think, super nicely, especially with those warmer toned mattes. And I'm happy to roll in another shimmer shadow. Yeah, I love my shimmers. And I was quite lucky so far with this project because I gotten so many shimmers. Also, part of this is that I have a lot of single shadows that are shimmers, but yeah. Anyway, I'm happy with this roll in, and yeah, this is the color story I'm going to focus on from now on. I hope you enjoyed this update, and I wish you a very nice day. Bye!